Alright, the first step for making our natural Notans was to make a rough sketch of our landscape, just to get an idea of what you want yours to look like. So here's mine. As you can see, I kind of went with a surreal ocean view. Now, the next step for you all to do is to make these sort of dash marks on the images that are pretty symmetrical. Now, the reason for that is because you're going to go back when you're drawing it on your paper. You're only going to draw half of it, and you'll see why once we get to that part. But I've already done it. I've marked my sailboat, my little sun star thing, marked my moon, my jellyfish, and my lighthouse. Alright, after you've done that, you want to go in and you want to box the images like I've done here to indicate that you want that to be a separate color. For example, I want my jellyfish right here to be a separate color than my lighthouse. And I want my lighthouse to be a separate color than my moon. I went back and did it with pen just so I could see better, but you could do it with a pencil if you want to. Alright, the third step is going to go and pick your patterns, your pattern paper. So you have your background, which is black, and then you're going to have your pattern paper. These are the ones I chose. Alright. The next step is to start drawing the images how I want them to look on the colored paper. So remember, with our symmetrical images, we're only going to be drawing the half of that. So I'm going to start drawing so you guys can see. For my moon and my sun, I want them to be the same color. So, to not waste paper, I'm going to fold this in four. So I have 4 boxes. So that way I'll just use one of my boxes for my moon, and then one of my boxes for my sun star thing. Yeah, my tongue will let it slip. Why'd I do those things I did? I can't taste it now. Oh no, oh no. I'll try my best. How much do I invest? Like I caress. High voltage in her lips. I'll try my best. How much do I invest? Like I caress. High voltage when we kiss. My inner stir, your eyes they roll. I'll be there to take the fall. I can feel it now. Oh no, oh no. Same old story seems day one, but I've got no place to run. I can see it now. Oh no, oh no. I'll try my best. How much do I invest? Like I caress. High voltage in her lips. I'll try my best. How much do I invest? Like I caress. High voltage when we kiss. Alright, and I've got one image that isn't symmetrical, and that's going to be my rock under my lighthouse. So for that, I'm actually just going to draw it all out. Alright. So after you've drawn everything, you can start cutting. Or if you want to, you can draw and cut at the same time, whatever floats your boat. You can also start placing where you want your images to be. It's also very important to remember that it's okay if your Notan doesn't look exactly as your rough sketch. The rough sketch was just to get us thinking of what images we wanted in our landscape. Before the video, I had already cut out my jellyfish. So once you get to that point, you can see why you only needed to draw half the image, because then you get this cool mirrored look. Alright, and you want to save every little piece, because then you're going to get this cool effect if you do something like that. Alright, so I'm going to start cutting and placing my images.
Chunks of me. You're a shark and I'm swimming. My heart still thumps as I bleed. And all your friends come sniffing. Triangles are my favorite shape. 3 points where 2 lines meet. Toe to toe, back to back, let's go. My love is very late. Till morning comes, let's desolate. And keep my all lovely view. I'll breathe stones along my love, and keep alone my heart.
So, the camera on my phone decided to stop recording, I think mainly due to memory issues, but I did finish, and voila! As you can see, I glued down all the main images. I did go back and add some details though. For me, those details were some little stars, and to get those I used a hole punch. And then I went back and I added these cloud-like things. So it's different from my sketch, but not too different. Really happy with it, and so yeah, there is our natural Notan landscape.